Welcome to Omasae, where we celebrate the charm of transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary. In today's video, we'll explore how forgotten objects and overlooked scraps can be given new life as rustic garden decor, perfectly suited for tiny yards and cozy outdoor spaces. This journey isn't just about saving money. It's about embracing creativity, sustainability, and the joy of crafting pieces that carry a story. Imagine a rusty watering can turn into a planter overflowing with wildflowers, or an old ladder repurposed into a vertical garden that makes the most of small spaces. These projects breathe character into your outdoor retreat and invite guests to linger and admire the details. What makes this process truly special is that it highlights the beauty of imperfection. Chipped paint, weathered wood, or tarnished metal are not flaws, but features that add texture and charm. As you watch, you'll find ideas that spark your imagination, and you may even begin to see potential in items you once considered junk. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps keep this creative community thriving, and your ideas may inspire others on their own upcycling journeys. Together, let's embrace the rustic, the handmade, and the heartwarming charm of turning trash into treasure. Rustic design thrives on authenticity, and nothing conveys that better than natural or weathered materials. Wood, metal, stone, and clay all bring their unique personalities to your garden, each one aging gracefully with time. A wooden crate becomes more than storage. It's a rustic planter that shows off seasonal blooms. Metal buckets, with their dings and scratches, reflect a life well lived and add texture when paired with delicate greenery. Stones arranged into a winding border not only shape your garden, but also bring a timeless sense of grounding. Clay pots, whether chipped or whole, invite warmth into any outdoor nook. These materials have one thing in common. They never feel artificial or forced. Instead, they remind us of traditions, craftsmanship, and the quiet beauty of imperfection. By combining them in thoughtful ways, you create a layered atmosphere that feels both handmade and inviting. Rustic decor isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity, and these materials embody that spirit beautifully. Every piece of upcycled garden art carries a story, but the most important stories are the ones you add yourself. A sign painted with your favorite phrase, a planter made from a family heirloom, or a mosaic crafted from broken dishes each carries personal meaning. These touches make your garden unique, a reflection of your creativity, values, and memories. Even small gestures, like painting a weathered chair in your favorite color or displaying collected stones, imbue the space with individuality. Rustic decor thrives when it feels personal and heartfelt, not copied from a catalog. When visitors step into your yard and see not just beauty but also your personality woven into each piece, they experience something truly special. It is in these details that your garden transforms from being simply decorated into being deeply lived in and loved. first step to creating rustic garden art is learning to see everyday objects with fresh eyes. What might look like trash, an old tin bucket, a cracked teapot, or even a broken chair, can become the foundation of something truly unique. Inspiration often comes from imagining new uses for these items. For instance, that tin bucket could become a planter brimming with herbs, while the cracked teapot may hold delicate succulents. Broken furniture parts, like chair legs or drawer fronts, can be combined to form whimsical garden signs or artistic trellises. The beauty of this process is that it encourages mindfulness and creativity. You begin to notice textures, shapes, and materials in ways you hadn't before. It's a kind of artistic scavenger hunt, where the hunt itself is just as rewarding as the finished product. Each object carries its history, and when placed thoughtfully in a garden, it adds layers of story and depth. By letting your imagination roam, you discover that almost anything can be repurposed into something beautiful, bringing both charm and sustainability into your yard. The art of upcycling lies in knowing how to transform a discarded item into something purposeful and charming. Sanding, painting, and sealing can refresh an old wooden board into a rustic sign. A few coats of weather-resistant paint can turn an old toolbox into a colorful flower planter. Even glass bottles, often destined for the recycling bin, can be crafted into whimsical lanterns with just a string of lights inside. Techniques like distressing would add character, while layering paint colors can mimic the look of age and history. Don't be afraid to experiment. Sometimes the most surprising combinations turn out to be the most delightful. Rope wrapping around jars, mosaic tiling on old trays, or even simply stacking items creatively can all make a big difference. The goal is not to mask the imperfections but to highlight them, allowing flaws to become focal points. With a little imagination, even the most ordinary object can find new purpose and beauty in your garden. Rustic garden decor doesn't compete with nature. It complements and amplifies it. When you repurpose old items as planters, trellises, or decor, you give plants new ways to shine. A weathered ladder adorned with climbing ivy becomes a living piece of art. An old wheelbarrow overflowing with seasonal flowers tells a story of abundance and nostalgia. Even cracked pottery finds new purpose as a home for succulents, moss, or herbs. Nature softens the edges of upcycled objects, weaving them into the landscape seamlessly. Over time, patina forms, moss grows, and plants spill over edges, creating the romantic, time-worn look that defines rustic charm. This harmony between natural growth and man-made structure is what makes a rustic yard feel so alive. Instead of looking staged, it feels organic, evolving with each season while staying rooted in timeless style. Small spaces may seem limiting, but in truth, they're perfect for showcasing rustic charm. A tiny yard allows for intimate vignettes. A single rustic bench with a lantern beside it becomes a cozy retreat, or a collection of upcycled planters grouped together creates a focal point. The trick is to think in layers. Vertical elements like ladders or shelves maximize space while adding dimension. Ground-level accents such as stepping stones or low planters add structure. Hanging elements like lanterns, birdhouses, or wind chimes create movement and atmosphere. By thoughtfully arranging these pieces, you can transform even the smallest patch of earth into a haven that feels warm and inviting. Rustic design celebrates coziness and character, which fits perfectly with compact outdoor spaces. The end result is a yard that feels less like a project and more like a storybook retreat, where every object has a role to play in creating a serene, welcoming atmosphere. As we come to the close of this journey, remember that rustic decor is not about perfection or expense, but about creativity, authenticity, and heart. Every object, no matter how humble, holds the potential to become something extraordinary when reimagined with care. Your tiny yard can become a sanctuary filled with warmth, character, and stories told through upcycled treasures. Let chipped wood, rusted metal, and weathered clay remind you of the beauty found in imperfection and the joy of creating with your hands. This is what makes a garden truly inviting, not just the plants, but the atmosphere created by the objects that surround them. If today's video has inspired you to see trash in a new light, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more creative ideas that blend sustainability with style. Together, let's keep transforming our spaces into havens of rustic beauty, one upcycled treasure at a time.